Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's a dark day for Indian democracy. A Times Now Navbharat journalist has been arrested by Punjab police ostensibly for hurling caste slurs at a member from the SC/ST community, a charge that appears as much fantastical as it is funny. It beats logic. How could a reporter have possibly guessed the caste of a total stranger she had not met even once before, because she is a reporter based in Delhi, went to cover a public event to be attended by two chief ministers, the Chief Minister of Punjab, Bhagwant Mann, and Chief Minister of Delhi, Arvind Kejriwal. An invitation that was received by the channel, which was followed up by sending the reporter. She was trying to report. She wasn't even allowed to enter the ground where the event was taking place. There are people on screen that you can see who have arrested her, a policeman who's even taken his name badge off, a complete violation of the procedures of law. A male policeman sitting with a woman who's been arrested, also another violation. No FIR copy being provided for 20 hours to the accused or even the channel, violation number 3. And there are visuals which we will show you, where there is a man in plain clothes, a blue t-shirt with white stripes, who continues to intimidate her, who continues to rub shoulders with the top security people out there deployed waiting for the Chief Minister's convoy. But SC/ST Act sections have been put on Bhavana Kishore, Mrityunjay Kumar, and our driver Parminder. The question is, where is the violation of any law? Is covering a political event by a journalist against the rules and against the law in this country? But the Aam Aadmi Party government in Punjab hasn't bothered to offer any clarification, leave alone any evidence of wrongdoing or guilt on the part of our reporter. However, there definitely exists some evidence which from which we can smell a rat, deep and dirty plot to frame a journalist. And this is not the first episode. Ever since Operation Sheesh Mahal went on air on Times Network channels, Times Now Navbharat and Times Now, it has been a series of attacks on our journalists. First, Rakesh Pandey was roughed up, beaten up by security personnel, after which there was an attack on Himanshu Dikshit, again went to cover this incident, to ask questions. Look at the way he's being treated. Incident number 3 was actually with Kundan, where he was asking a question from the ministers of the Aam Aadmi Party government in Delhi, and his mic was taken away, snatched away from him. 3 incidents already in the last 10 days, and then followed by an arrest of Bhavana Kishore, Mrityunjay Kumar, and Parminder. That's the way things have proceeded in this particular case. A couple of videos of the moment of arrest of journalist Bhavana and the accompanying crew shows first reactions from a startled reporter who seems completely unaware of the diabolical designs of an arrogant administration and hell-bent on the misuse of authority. Take a look at these videos.
ਭਾਜੀ ਕਿੱਥੇ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਚੱਲੇ ਹੋ ਭਾਜੀ ਕਿਉਂ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਕਿੱਥੇ ਚੱਲੇ ਹੋ ਭਾਜੀ ਕਿੱਥੇ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਚੱਲੇ ਹੋ ਭਾਜੀ ਕਿਉਂ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਕਿੱਥੇ ਚੱਲੇ ਹੋ ਭਾਜੀ ਕਿੱਥੇ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਚੱਲੇ ਹੋ ਭਾਜੀ ਕਿਉਂ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਕਿੱਥੇ ਚੱਲੇ ਹੋ ਭਾਜੀ ਕਿੱਥੇ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਚੱਲੇ ਹੋ ਭਾਜੀ ਕਿਉਂ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਕਿੱਥੇ ਚੱਲੇ ਹੋ ਭਾਜੀ ਕਿੱਥੇ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਚੱਲੇ ਹੋ ਭਾਜੀ ਕਿਉਂ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਕਿੱਥੇ ਚੱਲੇ ਹੋ ਭਾਜੀ ਕਿੱਥੇ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਚੱਲੇ ਹੋ ਭਾਜੀ ਕਿਉਂ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਕਿੱਥੇ ਚੱਲੇ ਹੋ
All right, that was the sequence really which shows how our reporter was intimidated and then arrested by the Punjab police. What really is the reason for the same? That's the big question which all of us are asking today. Is it that the Aam Aadmi Party is castigating us simply for doing our job? And is it not time that we all raise our voices against the same, against the muzzling of this freedom of speech by the Aam Aadmi Party? My colleague Sabyasachi is also joining us live on the broadcast. He'll be joined by other colleagues also. All right, we'll first go to Akansha. She's also joining us live from the national capital. Akansha, take us through the latest coming in. Of course, we've heard all the reactions coming in, how legals, how the Women and Child Development Minister and other top ministers are criticizing, censuring, attacking the Aam Aadmi Party for what they say, quote unquote, is the misuse of power.
Well, absolutely. Union Minister Smriti Irani has criticized this. In fact, NCW has now taken cognizance of this. But today, this is Bhavana. Tomorrow, it can be you and I or anybody from the fraternity. But it clearly shows that Aam Aadmi Party is rattled from the very first day that we started showing Operation Sheesh Peher. We were heckled by the Aam Aadmi Party workers and leaders, not only outside the Aam Aadmi Party headquarters, but also outside the residence of Arvind Kejriwal. And as you mentioned, there are a lot of loopholes in this. When she was detained, the officer who was there was not wearing the badge. Then she was taken to the police station. And to talk more about this, we are joined by a very senior advocate. Sir, बहुत सारे loophole है इसमें, SC Act इसमें invoke कर दिया गया. How do you see this?
You see, I feel SC/ST Act should have not been invoked, because what it looks that when a person is meeting somebody for the first time, when you don't know, there is no allegation that the journalist or the driver, they were knowing the injured. So when they were not knowing for the first time on road, they have met this accident. So the police should understand there was no occasion that the accused persons were knowing about her caste.
And second thing is that she was also, the sections of negligent driving has also been invoked. Is that fair? Because she was sitting on the back seat.
Once that can be, only driving is being done by the driver. Driver can drive the vehicle in this manner, so they can invoke these sections. But normally what police do, they also invoke section 34, so that they all were,
which is of the common intention. So what he's here saying is that the police must have shown it like a common intention of the driver, camera person, and the reporter, which is Bhavana. But as you mentioned, there are a lot of legal loopholes. If you look at it, that the policeman who detained her was not wearing the badge. Secondly, she was detained after the sunset, and the law clearly states that this cannot be done. So a lot of legal loopholes. The Punjab governor has taken a note of it. He has taken cognizance of it and has intervened in the manner. Union Minister Smriti Irani and as well as the National Commission for Women has taken a serious note of it and has asked for a report within 4 days.
All right, Akansha, do stay with us. So we've also spoken to Smriti Irani, the Women and Child Welfare Minister. Of course, the Union Mantri is also hit out at the Aam Aadmi Party, has also urged other, independent media portals to speak up against this type of misuse of power. Listen and read to what she had to say.
I'm joined at this moment by Miss Smriti Irani. Smriti Irani ji, she's Union Minister for Women and Child Development. Smriti Irani ji, टाइम्स नाउ नव भारत की रिपोर्टर भावना किशोर, हमारे वीडियो जर्नलिस्ट मृत्युंजय कुमार और ड्राइवर परमिंदर को अरेस्ट कर लिया है पंजाब पुलिस ने। पहले रैली पे अपने पब्लिक फंक्शन में अंदर जाने की इजाज़त नहीं दी और बाद में अरेस्ट कर लिया SC/ST प्रोविजंस के तहत। ये किस तरह की डेमोक्रेसी है जहां प्रेस फ्रीडम इतनी भी नहीं है कि पब्लिक फंक्शन अटेंड कर सके?
मुझे लगता है कि ऑपरेशन शीश महल के बाद जिस प्रकार से आपकी रिपोर्टाज पे कटाक्ष हुआ है वो स्वाभाविक था, लेकिन मैं स्तब्ध हूं कि एक महिला पत्रकार के साथ इस प्रकार से कानून का दुरुपयोग कर उनको एक हताशा की व्यवस्था से जोड़ना और कानून का दुरुपयोग करने का प्रमाण जो आप अपने चैनल पर दिखा रहे हैं वो वर्तमान में मैं तो नहीं देख पा रही हूँ, लेकिन मैं स्तब्ध हूँ कि अब तक जो जर्नलिज्म की कम्युनिटी है वो म्यूट स्पेक्टेटर क्यों बनकर बैठी है। ये किसी भी जर्नलिस्ट का अथवा किसी भी चैनल का अधिकार है कि अगर करप्शन से संबंधी अथवा पब्लिक इंटरेस्ट से संबंधी कोई न्यूज है तो उसको वो प्रसारित करे, लेकिन इस प्रकार से कानून की मर्यादा को भंग करने का प्रमाण जो आज आप अपने चैनल पर दे रहे हैं, उसके माध्यम से एक महिला पत्रकार का इंटिमिडेशन मेरे लिए तो बहुत ही स्तब्ध करने वाला विषय है। मैं मात्र यही कह सकती हूँ कि जर्नलिज्म की एथिक्स के मर्यादा में रह के रिपोर्टिंग करने वाले लोगों को सच को उजागर करने के लिए इस प्रकार से प्रताड़ित नहीं किया जाना चाहिए। मेरा एडिटर्स और जर्नलिस्ट कम्युनिटी से विशेष आग्रह है कि आप अगर वाकई में फ्रीडम ऑफ एक्सप्रेशन, फ्रीडम ऑफ रिपोर्टिंग में मानते हैं, तो यू कैन नॉट पिक एंड चूज whose freedom you will defend.
But Ms. Smriti Irani, she is, as you said, a woman journalist. As the Women and Child Development Minister, I want to ask you, प्रोफेशनल महिलाएं जो काम करने जाएंगी और मीडिया में रहेंगी, अगर उन्हें इस तरह से इंटिमिडेट किया गया।
I don't think this is about the gender of the journalist. I think this is about the ethics with which the journalist and the channel for which the journalist is working has brought out a particular story which may be uncomfortable for the political disposition of the Aam Aadmi Party. But I think this blatant misuse of the instrument of law to subjugate to a political cause, especially a female journalist, is shocking for the entire nation. I repeat, I reiterate, the journalism community at large, including Editors Guild, which is a mute spectator as of now, for me is extremely disappointing. My appeal would be, let's not choose whose freedom we are to defend. Let's ensure that everybody who reports within the ethical boundaries of law needs that kind of support. And I am not right now having the access of watching the visuals on your channel. I'm depending on your audio description of the same. But if they are men who are trying to intimidate a female reporter, I think that is an indication of a complete breakdown of a constitutional framework of engagement with the local government.